This is #Africa. Now, rhinos at one Kenyan park are developing alarming levels of antibiotic resistance. Scientists say an unexpected demonstration of the creeping dangers of global overuse of the medicine. Now, rhinos are susceptible to the bacterial disease bovine tuberculosis, and antibiotic resistance makes treatment much more difficult.
One of Africa's most endangered animals, the rhino, is facing a new threat: microscopic bacteria. The animals living at Kenya's Rhinos National Park are developing high levels of antibiotic resistance, an alarming discovery that scientists say highlights rhinos as unexpected casualties of the global overuse of antibiotics.
When animals are endangered, they are highly monitored like human beings. They cannot be allowed to be sick. And if they are sick, they need to be treated. Yeah. So, what kind of medication are being used in these animals? So that's when I thought probably we need to see that and also consider how we handle these animals and how it affects their well-being, because we could be transferring these resistant genes to them and microbial resistant genes to them, because human beings harbors a lot of antimicrobial resistance due to our interaction with antibiotics.
Resistance stems from people taking the drugs for non-bacterial diseases, those who don't finish drug doses, which allows bacteria to recover and adapt, and farmers overusing the medication on their livestock. Antibiotic use and abuse in Kenya has been rampant for decades, and this new resistance issue could be a major problem for rhinos. They're already under huge pressure from poaching and are susceptible to the bacterial disease bovine tuberculosis, according to researchers in South Africa's Kruger National Park. Antibiotic resistance could make treatment for that even harder. It's unclear how the rhinos are being exposed to the stronger bacteria. It could be through contact with rangers protecting the animals from poachers, or from drinking at the river running through the Rhinos National Park, which carries waste containing antibiotic-resistant bacteria, says researcher Collins Kabeni.
Where we did this study, people there, the level of sanitation is still low. So you see that most of these resistant pathogens, people will shed them through either fecal waste disposal, which will find its way downstream and to these endangered species of animals.
Rhinos are already critically endangered. According to the International Rhino Foundation, there's only about 29,000 alive, 5% of which are in Kenya.
One Mozambican hairdresser is tackling two taboos at the same time. Not only is he a male hairdresser looking after women, he's also resolved to focus on dreadlocks, a style unacceptable in many communities.
CADINO wants you to know that dreadlocks are nothing to fear. From his salon in Mozambique's capital Maputo, he's on a mission to break a taboo around the hairstyle associated with Rastafarianism.
So, the idea was to create a salon that was focused on tending to natural hair. At a time when no one cared about it anymore. People were using more and more chemicals and synthetic hair.
Chipanga is not a Rastafarian himself, but dreadlocks are often associated with the religion. But in some African communities, it's an unacceptable hairstyle. Rastas have at times been persecuted by African governments, their use of marijuana used as a pretext to lock them up, and children have been denied access to education because of their dreadlocks. But attitudes are starting to change. Last month in neighboring Malawi, the High Court ruled that everyone has the right to an education without discrimination and that banning dreadlocks was unconstitutional. One of Chipanga's customers, Felicidages Langa, says Mozambicans are also becoming more accepting.
It's true, in old times when we saw a person with dreads, we thought they were strange and an aberration. They looked like strange people to us. But after time we realised that they were normal people like us, and now we also wear dreads.
Chipanga now owns 3 salons in Maputo and also makes a range of hair products, including a shampoo using a plant called ndlehlo or devil's thorn, which was used by his mother and grandmother.
Critics are calling it one of the most important films of 2020. The movie Queen and Slim is about police brutality in America, but at the heart of it lies a beautiful love story. Entertainment reporter Lindy Westole sat down with the team.
You failed to execute a turn signal back there.
Oh, my bad.
Step out of the vehicle.
Can I ask why, officer?
No.
I'm reaching for my cell phone!
Within the Black, Bonnie and Clyde.
But calling this American crime drama a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde story would be a disservice. While the infamous duo were actual criminals on the run, that's not the case with this story.
Don't worry, you're safe here.
Queen and Slim comments on how American police continue to abuse their power while the innocent are made to look like outlaws. The film stars Daniel Kaluuya. You might recognize him from the Oscar-winning films Get Out and Black Panther. It's directed by Melina Mitsoukas.
I was looking for something that spoke to me, something that was honest, something that was political, but also a beautiful story.
And Daniel, when you read the script for the first time, what were your initial thoughts?
Just the joy and the humanity that was breathed into the characters, and the array of perspectives, an array of black perspectives, you just rarely see that.
Thank you for this journey, no matter how it ends.
They say they'll continue tackling the Black Lives Matter topic until it's no longer an issue.
I messed up his plane.
We really wanted to reflect on the society in which we live and the constructs that have been created by white supremacy and colonization and systematic racism, but at the same time, really lean into the love story of it all.
Queen and Slim is seen as one of those very impactful movies, and yet there are other people who also feel that it was snubbed for an Oscar. I mean, do you feel the same way too? What are your thoughts around that?
I mean, I think these institutions are reflective of the people in charge of them. I find our greatest reward has been in the community and the reaction of the people and how much it's resonated with the people that we were trying to reach.
That's cute.
For me, it's like I realized that I knew this film was polarizing, but what's the reward that it's made a connection? Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just happy it connected.
The film goes on circuit this weekend.
How you gonna outrun the police?
We hide in plain sight.
Lindy Westole, Johannesburg.
You like this?
I don't know yet.
Well, that was this week's edition of #Africa. You can keep the conversation going online. Our Twitter handle is @Africa_ENCA. But we'll leave you with these pictures taken from across our beautiful continent this week. I am Tumelo Motutwane. Until next time, take care.